Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is John J. Gaming on the mic here, coming at you with a brand new episode of the Earlham Dynasty here on NCAA 14 using that college football revamp. And today we're here at home once again, taking on the Franklin Grizzlies, who are currently 6-3 on the season. Lee Corso is going to be rocking with them, and I'm not surprised by that whatsoever. So if you guys remember from our last episode, Miami Uiagalelei turned out not only to get hurt, but he ended up straining his back. So we'll have true freshman quarterback CJ Patton step in for us. You know, he's had an up and down year so far, only 37 for 90, 417 yards, 4 touchdowns, and 4 picks. Rushing yards, he's actually a negative rushing yards, so it changes our offense quite a bit, but we're just going to have to find a way to try to win the football games with CJ Patton at the helm, simply because, you know, our offense may be a lot different, but, you know, we just got to go ahead and figure things out, man. With that being said, though, let's go ahead and get this second rivalry game of the season underway. If you're enjoying the content on this channel, I encourage you to smash that like button for me, as well as smash that subscribe button. You have to be brand new and enjoy the content that you're seeing here on the channel, man. It really helps grow the community that we got going on here. But yeah, let's go ahead and get this thing rolling, man. Let's get it. Alright guys, so CJ Patton is going to make his first start at that quarterback position, and we need him to get nice and comfortable early as Derek Blue makes the catch for 25 yards. That's something that I really love to see. CJ Patton, for one of his first throws of the day, throwing a dot right over the middle, man. I love to see it. Let's see if CJ Patton can keep it up, though, as we throw it to Derek Blue once again. I have a feeling that Derek is going to be a security blanket for our backup quarterback here, as Blue already has 2 catches on this drive. Let's see if we can keep it up, though, trying to throw it over the middle, looking for Blue once again, but that one, it's a little off target, as now we got 2nd and 10 coming up here, trying to, you know, get it downfield, as Patton looking over the middle, trying to throw it to Jakeem Short, it seemed like. But that pass was way off. Way off. And it was just an easy interception for this linebacker, unfortunately. So, not how we wanted to start things off, man. Not how we want to go ahead and go about instilling confidence in our quarterback. But now it's time for our defense to try and step up. And oh no. Defense, you got to do a little bit better than that on those speed options. Antonio Turner on the outside picking up 24 yards. It's not a good look for us, as Franklin is already on the edge of field goal range. Garrett definitely going to get them in the field goal range for sure after that run. A gain of 13 yards is going to go ahead and give him the first down. Is now 1st and 10 coming up for the Franklin Grizzlies, as Fry is going to hand things off to Garrett once again, as Greg Jenkins does get to him right away, but actually gets stiffed arm and gets a couple extra yards, because, you know, that makes sense, you know, in NCAA 14, defensive end not being able to bring down a running back right away. Although we do force an incompletion at least. So that does set up a 3rd and 5. Let's see if we can hold it down here and hold it to just a field goal, as Fry drops back to pass. He's looking around, facing a ton of pressure, and we get to his quarterback, baby. Let's go, man. Ian Levine sacking this kid eventually, but we were all over that guy. Someone was getting a sack. He wasn't getting out of it so easily, and forces the Grizzlies to go ahead and settle for a field goal. The kick is up and almost doesn't go through, but just barely gets over that crossbar. So that's how Franklin is going to strike first in this one. As we also go ahead and check out a studio update real quick. Ohio State is playing Penn State. Ohio State wins this one 37-28 as they're trying to go for the national championship. They're looking pretty good, staying at number 2 in the nation so far. Because now we actually have a little bit of a glitch going on screen now, because we have a little bit of a scoreboard cheese. Scoreboard just straight up disappears. It does come back after the first quarter, but only after, the first quarter, though. Still shows how many yards, somebody gets on a play, or lost in this case. As there it shows up a little bit. Adam Garrett picking up 22 yards as they are now back in field goal range again, but only temporarily, though. There's a flag on the play if they're going to call false start on the offense. So we get them to a third down here once again, trying to get them off the field. As Fry dropping back, but it's intercepted by MJ Granson. Let's go, baby. You love to see it. MJ making some plays for our defense in order to keep it a one-possession game, man. We're still only down 3-0. Let's see if our offense can respond, though. Throwing over the middle. Adam Hill to third, making the catch for us. Taking a shot, too. He was lit up by a Christmas tree, basically sandwiched out in the middle of the field, but he's a tough kid that watches the hockey highlights. As we get him with the halfback screen, CJ Holman getting upfield and picking up the first down for the Quakers. So we will at least have a fresh set of downs to work with for the time being. As we go into our next play, 4 verticals. Looking around, trying to go and throw it over the right-hand side. We had Jariah Bond down the sideline, but unfortunately for us, just didn't have the time to get it off. So now we go ahead now, next play. This time, throwing it to Jakeem Short, quickly over to that right-hand side, and he manages to pick up 23 yards there on the play. Good for his first catch of the game. We got another first down coming up here. Patton dropping back, throwing over the middle, looking for Jariah Bond. He had him. Jariah Bond had a step on Kenny Miller, but we just overthrew him, as that's going to go ahead and at least take us to the end of his first quarter. It's been a pretty defensive game. We're only down 3-0. Just waiting for our offense to step up. So here we go. Second quarter now underway. We actually did have to punt away the football. Coaching staff did not trust Jacob Ramos to make that kick for whatever reason. And usually I would go ahead and let him do it, but because of our house rules, we got to do what Coach wants us to do. And Coach wanted to punt. It's like, whatever, man. It's your funeral, you know what I'm saying? As we're still down 3-0, and the Grizzlies do end up picking up a first down here thanks to a catch from Kyle Hill, the tight end who gets his first catch of the day. But we do get him at least to a 3rd and long, a couple plays later. Trying to get him off this field here as we got a halfback screen. They fooled the defensive lineman. Could be some trouble, but we were swarming all over the football, and we get that ball right back. And we're still looking for our first points on the board as well. Trying to lean on that running game a little bit, as CJ Holman's going to go ahead and take the carry right up the middle and pick up 7 yards on the play. Is now 2nd and 3 coming up here now. CJ Holman going to move into the motion and take it up with Jesse Green up the middle. He's going to get some love as well to back up tailback, with his first significant carry of the game as well. And I'm loving the combination of Holman and Green. They bring different things to the table, and it's been working pretty well for us overall. Just got to get that passing game going, because we have been riding the struggle bus. CJ Patton, usually a guy that has the better arm than Miami Ugalde, has struggled to make some accurate throws, although Derek Blue could have made that catch for us. So Patton put it where it needed to be, but you can't make all of them, though. And even though we had to punt it away, we do at least get the football back following a 3-and-out on Franklin. We're still down 3-0, though, as we're desperately looking for some points to finally put up on the board here, man. So we got 2nd and 1 now coming up. CJ Patton with 2 tight ends, dropping back, trying to throw it over the middle, was looking for our tight end downfield, but we threw it a little too short as the linebacker almost leapt up into the air and got that interception. So now we're relying on that trying to get that first down with Derek Blue. Even when, passing game isn't completely going, we're going to get it in the hands of our receivers one way or the other. Is now 1st and 10 again, trying to throw it to Derek Blue, who gets lit of like a Christmas tree, but hangs on to make the catch. Already his 4th one of the day. He already has 4 catches for 53 yards. As we're in the red zone for the first time today and driving deeper in. CJ Holman picking up 14 yards, and for the very first time today, we got ourselves a goal line situation. Is now Patton dropping back. Gets it to Derek Blue, who runs it into the end zone. Touchdown, Quakers. Let's go, man. Derek Blue, the true freshman, showing himself to be a very dynamic weapon to work with. You love to see it. And now we have the lead for the very first time today. Let's see if our defense can come through, get us a stop, and also at the same time give us one more possession to work with before the end of this half. There's only a minute left to play here as Fry throws short to the left-hand side, gets it to Moore, but MJ Granson makes the tackle. Cameron Frost actually has to go ahead and force him out of bounds. We should have had dude for a loss, man. Just straight up, should have had him for a loss, but we didn't. Although we do force an incompletion on the next play. Deontay McLaurin was on the coverage. As we got 3rd and long coming up here. See if our defensive linemen can pin their ears back and get to this quarterback as we force him to make a questionable decision, but somehow gets the completion off to Nick Campbell. That is EA being EA at its finest. You already know what it is. But we can't complain about it anymore because we still got a drive to work with here as Jamal Jackson makes the catch over the middle for 14. Is now 1st and 10 once again. Going to hand it off to Adam Garrett down the right-hand side. Got plenty of space to work with and brings it down inside the 5-yard line as a result of it. As it leads to, 2nd and goal inside the 5. And look where our safety is. Our safety, Cameron Frost, literally just looks at him and does not come up and make a play on the quarterback. That's just a youthful mistake right there. I don't know what Cameron Frost was looking for in this situation, but that just wasn't it. And now we're down 10-7. But with 26 seconds left on the clock as Jesse Green drops it. But Deontay McLaurin recovers it and tries to take the kickoff back. And actually does a pretty decent job returning it too. He gets it across the 35-yard line. What a bailout by Deontay McLaurin. He returned some kicks for us in his true freshman campaign. Was relegated, here in his sophomore year to focus more on the defensive side of the ball. But, good return though for McLaurin. And it gives our offense some decent field position to go ahead and work with here. See if we can get it downfield at least. We got at least a good 2 plays before we have to worry about trying to go about, maybe settle for a field goal or whatever we want to do at that point. As that throw Jakeem short should at least get us into field goal range. As CJ Patton will drop back. He's looking around. Gonna send this one deep for Derek Blue, and he makes the catch in the back of the end zone, baby. Let's go, man. Touchdown, Quakers. As Earlham takes the lead with 2 seconds left in the first half. And what a throw and catch. That's why I like CJ Patton sometimes. He can make that throw with ease. You just got to make the easier throws, more often. But, that being said, we got a 14-10 lead here. And we get the ball here at the start of the second half as well. All we got to do is make sure that we, don't make any mistakes with the ball, man. That's all I'm asking for. CJ Patton is off to a pretty nice start here. As we got 3rd and 9 coming up here. Got to make sure to read this defense properly. As Patton trying to throw it to the right-hand side was on Jakeem short, but read him like a book, though. And it's going to be intercepted here once again. Was looking for Jariah Bond, but we couldn't get the ball off to him. But thankfully for us, though, we did force a 3 and out. So we still have the lead, but again, we can't get away, with making those mistakes often. You know what I'm saying? Like, we just got to take care of the football. We're not a team that can win consistently when we lose the turnover battle. We're better than that. It's now 2nd and 4 now, trying to throw it again. Was looking for Jakeem short, and we throw another interception. And this one's all on CJ Patton, even more so. Had Jakeem short Easy slant over the middle. He can throw a deep bomb perfectly, but can't hit a slant. It blows my mind. That's why he was our backup quarterback. You could see it right there. And it's his third pick of the day. And this time, the Franklin Grizzlies on our home field taking advantage of our mistake as they go ahead and turn that into the first touchdown pass for Chris Fry on the other end. So now we're actually down. We're down 17-14, and I feel like we really need to calm down our quarterback a little bit here. So, gonna go ahead and call the halfback screen. Actually have some space to work with on the outside as CJ Holman actually carries us across midfield. Nice halfback screen. Nice to see him. Just get him a little bit more calm just in general. You know, we need our quarterback to produce in order for us to go ahead and win, these types of games, man. It's still really close. It could still go either way despite those mistakes. As we got 2nd and 1 now. CJ Patton going to drop back. Going to throw it short to Jakeem Short. No pun intended, of course. But he picks up the 9 yards in order to pick up the first down. As we have another 1st and 10 coming up here. CJ dropping back. Going to try to send this over the middle. We had our tight end Danny Carson open. But again, pressure able to get to us. And we go into the 3rd quarter, man. We're down by 3 points. Rivalry game that's turning into a blue blood battle. Let's see who's going to go ahead and come out on top. Let's get those 4s up, baby. Let's go. So here we go, man. 4th quarter now officially underway. Facing 2nd and 19. So not a good look for us as we try to send it deep looking for CJ Holman. But it was double, maybe triple coverage. An incomplete pass. As now we got 3rd and 19 coming up here. We got to send it, to get some yards on the ground. But instead we throw it short to the Derek Blue. Everyone was covered downfield. Blue does at least pick up a few yards for us. And that gets us inside, effective field goal range for Jacob Ramos. Who still has a 50-yard kick, the boot. But that's a beautiful kick, though. Jacob Ramos absolutely nailing it in order to tie this game up at 17 apiece as we take another look at the another studio update. Manchester is ahead on Capital 37-24. Those Spartans are on a roll, man. They're 8-1 on the season. But we're also in a battle ourselves. We're now all tied up here at 17 apiece. Let's see what our defense can do. See if they can get another stop on defense and preserve the tie. As they get it out, a nice little corner route to Roger Moore on the outside. Gain of 20. Was looking for a post route, and that obviously did not happen. Giving up the yards that way as we should have had him in the backfield. Ian Levine was there, but just straight up missed him. So now thanks to that, 2nd and 5 now coming up. Fry dropping back over the middle. Finds Roger Moore once again, this time for a gain of 11. As the Grizzlies are now on our side of the field. Need the defense to tighten up here. Quick throw over the middle. But it's incomplete though. Looks like Justin Burden got up in there and disrupted that play. And that leads to a 2nd and 10 now coming up. Fry trying to throw it. A little bit of a wide receiver screen. But the ball must have slipped out of his hands. Because that barely got in front of him whatsoever. Which we're not complaining. We do get a 3rd and 10 though, as Fry will have to pass again, get it over the middle to Campbell, but that's well short of the first down marker. We'll have to see what Franklin decides to do, and they're going to go ahead and go for this long field goal as well in order to try to make it a 20-17 game here, but the kick is up, and it's way short, so the defense does its job. And we got ourselves a game here, man. Tied at 17 here in the 4th quarter. We got an opportunity here to go ahead and retake the lead here. And we're going to rely on that running game to do it. CJ Holman taking it up the middle, picking up 11. As we'll continue to get those running backs involved. This time getting it out to Jesse Green. He's got the blockers ahead of him too. Able to pick up a nice first down as well. Gain of 11. Just doing a really good job of executing our offense here so far. Hoping we can keep it up too as Holman, he takes it up the gut again. Another 11-yard run here. Now, usually I would really love the run read option right about now, but CJ Patton, he's slower than Tom Brady himself, so we kind of can't do that right now. But you know, we can do some passing, a little bit of dink and dunk, and allow our receivers to do the rest of the work, though. As Jesse Green picks up another first down for us here. We're inside the 20. You know, gotta make sure as long as we don't turn the ball over, we should be fine. As Adam Hill makes another tough catch. Guys all over him, but still maintains the concentration, though. As now we got 2nd and 2 now coming up inside about the 5-yard line. As Patton throws over the middle, gets it to Jariah Bond, who gets it in the end zone, baby. Touchdown, Earlham. And I love to see that, because usually whenever those types of plays happen, we get put down inside the 1-yard line. But, you know, hopefully they aren't going to review it, because, you know, it legitimately was close, but it seems like Jariah Bond got into the end zone, and they actually don't review it. So we got a 24-17 lead. One more stop here could potentially win the ball game for us. So let's see if our defense can come through and do just that, as Chris Fry gets the read option for a first down. As now 1st and 10, Fry again taking it upfield. He's got some space to work with before he's finally brought down from behind by Justin Burden. And they're on our side of the field once again, but facing 3rd and long, though. And look what they're trying to do. They had the audacity to run a halfback draw on us. Like, bro, we're calling a blitz on 3rd and 11. We're making sure you don't have time to do anything. That halfback draw stuff isn't going to work. And look what they decide to do here. They are actually going to go ahead and punt this football away to us, which that's totally fine by me. By all means, man, give us the ball with less than 2 minutes left, especially when running it is the strength of this offense. So, hey, if we can get a couple of first downs here, we can go ahead and win this football game, win both of our rivalry games here in season number 3. But let's take care of business, though, as we hand it off. CJ Holman, who carries it up the middle. That's a first down right there. Franklin still has 1 timeout left, so we still need, you know, at least get 1 more first down, you know, before we can comfortably say we're going to go ahead and win this game. As another run by CJ Holman picks up 7 yards. So that's only 3 more yards is what we need, and we should be able to win the game. As Holman takes it up. And it's an easy run for Holman, right up the gut. You know, just take it right down their throat. And that leads us to my favorite formation in all of football, that victory formation, with CJ Patton taking a knee at, you know, behind the center and all that good stuff. And we win this game, winning by a final score of 24-17. And this means that your Earlham Quakers, who started FBS football 3 seasons ago, is bowl eligible for the very first time in school history. I am proud of these guys, how they have fought throughout the entire season. It's been a heck of a journey, man, and I'm looking to keep it going. Let's go ahead and check out the team and individual stats for our guys, though. Alright, man, so it wasn't the prettiest game on the face of the planet, but at the same time, though, gotta be proud of his team. Backup quarterback making his first career start at the collegiate level and finds a way to win. Huge shout out to the defense, by the way. Less than 300 yards of total offense allowed and 3 for 12 in 3rd down conversions. Now, we did lose the turnover battle, and we can't get away with that every single time, but this is a resilient group that fought its ass off, dude. And we were able to get win number 6, which is going to make us bowl eligible, man. You'll love to see it. Checking out the stats for our guys, though. CJ Patton, like I said, did make his very first career start. And that being said, CJ Patton, you know, he was gunslinging out there in his first start. 22 for 35, 237 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 3 picks. You know, some gunslinger stuff, made some great throws, made some terrible throws, but, you know, we found a way to win, and that's all that matters, man. Checking out our running game, though, CJ Holman carried the day for us here. 18 carries for 123 yards. Didn't find the end zone, but he had some very high-key rushes at the end of the game in order to, you know, seal this thing for us, man. For the receivers, it was the Derek Blues show out there, the true freshman with speed to burn. 8 catches, 113 yards, and 2 touchdowns out here putting in that work. Jariah Bond also found the end zone as well. He had 1 catch for 7 yards. For blocking, Ray Stevenson and Jacoby Black got a pancake, but he also allowed a sack, and Sam Price III actually allowed a sack as well. So a little bit disappointing, but, you know, again, offense did just enough. And then this defense, I said it before and I'll say it again, it showed out today. Greg Jenkins and Deontay McCorrin each, you know, leading the team in tackles, man. 6 total tackles, more than enough to get the job done. You know, defense wasn't on the field that very long, which does help the cause out significantly. Matthew Sands and Greg Jenkins, so, you know, particularly Greg Jenkins, had multiple TFLs. Each of those cats tying for 3 TFLs, you know, on that defensive line. It's been much more improved than last season, as we also got 3 sacks as well. Ian Levine, Greg Jenkins, and Matthew Sands all getting to this quarterback. And then finally, MJ Granson did get an interception for us, you know, in the first half. It was our only turnover of the game. That could have been the whole difference maker, man, being able to win this one by 1 possession. Okay, guys, so for the very first time in this dynasty, my guys, we are bowl eligible. We done did it. You'll love to see it. 6-4 now thanks to that victory over Franklin College. And we're trying to keep that positive momentum going, man. We have a tough game next episode. We're taking on Hanover College, who's 9-1 and ranked number 4 in the entire country, doing so on the road as well. It's going to be a tough matchup for us, but we are some tough guys. We're going to give them a fight no matter what happens, whether we win or lose. It's still going to be a good one, so make sure you smash that like button for me, as well as hit subscribe if you do happen to be brand new and like what you see here on the channel. That being said, I'm going to sign off, but hopefully you're all out there having a wonderful day. Take care, everybody.